Hello and welcome to the video. Terraria has got to be my favourite game for many reasons, and I hope that this video of my first time experiencing Master Mode helps to show why. I've left the seed for the world in the description as well as some honourable mentions. I hope you enjoy. Off to a laggy start during days 1 through 9, no idea why. But anyway, I start off by doing some basic exploration, chopping down trees and looting surface chests, as well as some living trees. Later into the day I start mining up some ore and find a nice early cloud in a bottle, as well as setting up a small house. Day 2 was more or less the same, continuing to mine out plenty of lead and tungsten ore. Moving into day 3, I further continued mining, finding live crystals and more ore. I later then crafted up a gem hook, as well as some better gear, and continued exploring the world. Day 4 I ventured into the ice biome to find nothing of use, as well as smashing some dungeon pots. Day 5 I took to the skies to find a sky island containing a set of fledgling wings, and then returned home to begin work on my base. Day 6 I set up some NPC housing just to help get better gear, which I'll get rid of later, as well as grabbing an aglet from the jungle. For some reason, day 7 is almost a minute long, but to summarise, all I did was mine up some more ore, as well as looting all the chests and life crystals I found along the way. Day 8 and I'm still mining, managing to find myself a bar statue which will prove helpful with bosses. Moving into day 9, the Eye of Cthulhu decided to spawn, hellbent on sending me to the fiery pits of hell. On the plus side, I got myself a metal detector from a nymph. Day 10 and I got back to working on the base, picturing a sort of tower on the right with a floating ship to the left of it. I also crafted up a tungsten watch, and at the point I had no clue there was a difference between the gold and silver ore tier watches. Day 11 I continued to work on the base, trying out different wall patterns. Day 12 I returned to the skies to get a shiny red balloon, as well as begin exploration in the underground ice biome. Day 13 I continued to loot the ice biome, gathering Flink's fur as I went to make my first summon and summoner armor of the playthrough. Day 14, I continued a general exploration of the underground, maxing out my health. Day 15, I finally got a pair of Hermes boots, as well as purchasing a stack of bombs from a skeleton merchant. Day 16 was very productive. I spent the first half of it gathering up more underground loot and flinx fur. I also got a dead man's sweater, a hero vanity piece due to the unique way of obtaining it. When I returned home, I crafted myself the flinx fur coat, having made the flinx stuff who knows when. Then I rematched the Eye of Cthulhu, determined to win. Or not. But don't worry, I took it out on a second attempt. From the treasure bag I got some ore, useless seeds, and a Warden Cthulhu shield. Next day, a goblin army showed up, meaning once completed, I had access to the money pit NPC, who was sure to steal every coin I had. After making quick work of the goblins, I killed the Eye of Cthulhu a couple more times. Day 18, I smashed another Crimson Heart and crafted some King Slime summons at a Crimson Altar. I then proceeded to demolish King Slime into nothingness, rewarding me with some nice loot, including his mount. After that I headed to the jungle to start my stinger grind, looking to craft myself a snapthorn whip, as well as finding a pair of feral claws to help increase my whip performance. I also freed the money pit NPC, reluctantly. Day 19, I crafted myself the Snapthorn Whip, greatly increasing my DPS. Then I built a greenhouse area on the side of my tower to grow potion plants, and finish off the tower too. At this point, I decided to be proactive. I made a Queen Bee arena for later. Day 20, I started to create a pond in the jungle to fish for variegated lardfish. Using the lardfish, I could craft some summoning potions. I started fishing after I'd finished the pond. Day 21 I continued fishing for lardfish, and then returned home to craft one summoning potion, as I had no moonglow left. I also combined some accessories to craft the shark run balloon, lightning boots, and then frostback boots. I also freed the gold from the desert. Day 22, I didn't really do much. I finished off the greenhouse to grow my plants in, and made some potions. Later I returned underground in hopes of finding a lava charm to make terra spark boots, which I didn't find sadly. Moving all the way into day 30 this time, the goblin tinkerer not only stealing all my money, but my footage as well. All jokes aside, within this time I defeated the brain of Cthulhu, and I upgraded my pickaxe and armor, setting off to mine up obsidian to make my final pre-Hardmode armor set. I also built my flying ship on the left, as well as a little tree for decoration. When I returned home, I crafted my final pre-Hardmode armor set, the Obsidian Outlaw armor. Afterwards, I headed back to Hell to mine up Hellstone to craft an imp staff and a molten pickaxe. Day 31 I fought the Queen Bee, killing her multiple times to obtain bee nades and unlock the Witch Doctor NPC. Day 32 I began work on an enemy farm to help blitz through early hard mode, by making enemies like mimics a lot easier to come by. Don't ask why I decided to fish in a blood moon. There were many moments that I look back upon and ask myself, why Carl? And what are you doing? Day 33 I continued work on the farm. Being the insane person I am, I spent ages placing walls rather than putting lava at the bottom to prevent enemy spawns. Day 34 I finished the second half of the farm, while watching as my sanity slowly drained away with every wall I placed. Day 35 I completed the farm entirely, making a pit of lava for enemies to hurl themselves into, and a room for me to thank Relogic with stupid enemy AI. I also built some houses near the farm for easy pylon access. Going into day 36, it was time to fight Skeletron, guardian of the dungeon. Skeletron goes down, meaning a bone glove no one ever uses, alongside access to the dungeon, chucking myself straight down to loot some juicy golden chests. After looting as much as I needed to from the dungeon, I headed home on day 38 to craft the final pre-hardmode whip, the Spinal Tap, and cleared up a goblin army. Day 39, I went back down to hell to grab some shadow chest loot, as well as leaving the stylist to die. Day 40, I actually completed my farm, adding dart traps to trigger mimics and a tunnel all the way along so that I could grab enemy drops. Day 41, I added some stone to my farm to change world evil, and started growing jungle grass to increase enemy spawns. I also added some grass to the bottom of my sky island. Heading to the ocean now to set up a pylon so that I could easily access the ocean, as well as starting on my hell bridge to fight the wall of flesh. I spent most of day 42 finishing the hell bridge. Towards the end of the day, I built some rubbishy houses to get my NPCs to move in before hard mode. Day 43, I built even more NPC housing, constructing a sort of forge-based house. Moving into day 44, I defeated the Deerclops. Going into day 45, I pulled the brain of Cthulhu, except this time Wall of Flesh edition, as well as forgetting to add extra days to the counter, but don't worry, it's a failed attempt of the Wall of Flesh coming up soon. In the meantime, I gathered up spider fangs to make spider armor and a spider staff. And here is the mentioned Wall of Flesh fight. Starting off day 47 with a Rod of Discord, which proves very useful in future boss fights. Moving up to the skies now to take down wyverns to get myself a pair of better wings. Palladium and Mithril then occupied my inventory for about 0.5 seconds, going straight to mining titanium. Mining titanium all the way into day 48, where I used it to craft a pickaxe. I then went to thank Relogic for stupid enemy AI in order to gather Souls of Light. Day 49, I took out another wyvern for more Souls of Flight, and a couple of hallowed mimics looking to get my hands on a Daedalus Stormbow, being the impure summoner I have been so far. Skipping past an uninteresting day 50, to where I get myself a frost core from killing an ice golem, so that I craft the cool whip, and I later got myself the blessed apple unicorn mount. And the luck doesn't stop there, getting a useless hallowed key on day 52, along with a bit of character customization because, you know, Why not really? Day 53, I attempted the Queen Slime, and I say attempt because it did not go very well. That loss didn't stop me. Going into day 54, I built some more platforms so that I could go back and forth in order to defeat the Queen Slime. Day 55, as you can see, I'd torn down the old houses and built a new one, as well as fighting Skeleton Prime when it turned nighttime. Day 56, I defeated a pirate army, and also defeated Skeleton Prime for more hallowed bars. Day 57, I cheesed the Dread Nautilus to get my hands on the Sanguine Staff. Day 58, I defeated yet another Goblin army, and another Skeleton Prime to get even more hallowed bars. Day 59, I fished for more lardfish, as well as taking down a final Skeleton Prime so that I could craft the hallowed armor set. Day 60, I farmed a bit of money, and dove straight in to fight the twins at night. Keeping our momentum, we go straight into day 61 with the Destroyer. Day 62 I made the pickaxe axe and got straight to mining up chlorophyte ore, as well as preparing a larger arena to fight Plantera in. During days 63 to 64, I continued to build the arena, which, to be honest, was way bigger than it needed to be. By now, the Crimson had gotten a bit out of control, so I spent days 65 and 66 managing it. Day 67. What was I doing? Comment what you think, because I have no idea. Day 68 I cleared up some Crimson I missed, and took down a solar eclipse, along with an accidental wall of flesh. Day 69 marked the beginning of the Lava Charm saga, where I spent painful minutes of my life lava fishing for a lava charm, opening a total of 17 crates, although not all of them are shown in the video. I gave up on day 72. Day 73 I committed a plant slaughter. After that, I defeated a couple of solar eclipses, getting the nail gun, which I'd never used before. I also had access to stronger dungeon enemies, and some new items, like the Morningstar Whip and Tabai. And of course, when life gives you a broken hero sword, you make the Terra Toilet. After ages, I finally got the Deadly Sphere Staff. I then beat up oh, sorry, I meant Golem. Day 83, I sorted through Golem's drops and accidentally spawned the Empress of Light. Twice. Day 84, I decided it was time to fight Duke Fishron, so got to gathering up some truffle worms. At night, I also grabbed a prismatic lacewing, and accidentally spawned a Martian invasion. Day 85, I prepared my Duke Fishron arena, using multiple layers of wooden platforms. I rounded out the day by defeating the Martians. I kicked off day 86 by building a house for the nurse at the arena, and then headed off to buy some steampunk wings from the steampunker NPC. Day 87, I crafted and reforged the Master Ninja gear, and then headed off to the ocean to make my first attempt at Duke Fishron. And die. During day 88 there was more death. Going into day 89, I did a bit of fishing to restock my potions, and then was met with even more failure and death. Day 90, I finished up a teleporter mechanism to help with Duke's third phase. Day 91, I cleared a pirate invasion, and finally emerged victorious over Duke Fishron. Days 92 to 95 were spent entirely on the Pumpkin Moon, giving some of the best late hard mode summoner items like Spooky Armor, the Dark Harvest, and the Necromantic Scroll. Day 96, I cleared up yet another invasion, and died trying to defeat the Empress of Light. I spent both days 97 and 98 in the dungeon, gathering up lots of ectoplasm to craft more summons for the Pumpkin Moon. I'd just like to say that at this point, my luck was thrown out the window, because it took me 4 days to get the Xenostar from the Martian saucer. An hour and a half of my life I'll never get back. The entirety of days 104 to 105 were spent fishing in my newly made artificial corruption biome to get Ebon Koi for Wrath potions. For day 106, I made a time-lapse of myself building an asphalt bridge, and while nothing much is going on, I'd like to ask that if you're enjoying this so far to subscribe. It really helps out and is completely free. Thanks. And at night I died yet again to the Empress. Day 107, I made my first attempt at the lunatic cultist, which didn't go so well. So I took out my anger on Golem, because that's literally what he's there for. At night I fought another pumpkin moon, but no necromantic scroll sadly. Day 108 I died for the third time, and cleared up an accidental Martian invasion. Day 109, I got some cake which never runs out, and made my final attempt as a lunatic cultist. With the lunatic cultist down, the celestial pillars were next. I prioritised the Stardust pillar on day 110 to upgrade my summons. Day 111, I crafted the Stardust Dragon Staff and Cell Staff, and forged them and set out to defeat the Solar Pillar. I died. A lot. After having so much fun in the sun, I crafted the Daybreak and Solar Eruption, and took out the Vortex Pillar with ease. Day 113, I crafted the Vortex Beater and Phantasm. I then proceeded to make my final, non-cheesed Empress of Light fight. Days 114 to 117, I totally cheesed the Empress of Light. I did use a different world, but only because my world was way too small, and to not make it look messy. Day 118, I defeated one final pumpkin moon. On the morning of day 119, I had finally gotten the scroll, and crafted the Papyrus Scarab. At this point, all that was left was the Moon Lord, so I restocked my potions and headed off to defeat the Nebula Pillar. I died, obviously. And again. And again. And again. And again. And again. And again. Until I forgot to record until halfway through the fight. I did it. And, well, that was it. My Master Mode Summoner playthrough had come to an end. I do hope you enjoyed, and thank you very much for watching.